Hi, my name is Mitra. I'm a pharmacist by profession. I've been working for 30 years, encountering many challenges. I've seen highs, I've seen lows. I'm also a Zoroastrian. Zoroastrian prime principle states that one should do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. And today I'm going to share with you a story where I proudly use this practice. Picture it. A very busy, hectic day in the middle of COVID-19 pandemic in 2020. Everyone is scared of the unknown virus and the stress of losing their job, income, friends, and family. There are many overwhelmed doctors and extremely scared patients. There is a lot of misinformation being conveyed by government officials regarding a drug called hydroxychloroquine. The name of this drug is mentioned constantly on the news, and it has become the topic of many conversations involving COVID-19 pandemic. Everyone has stated an opinion about it. Politicians, clinicians, the mass media, and everybody's neighbor and family and friends. The majority of people have only heard about it and can't even pronounce it, but they all have formed a very strong opinion about it. I'm working in a pharmacy that's shielded by plexiglass with 4 other staff pharmacy members, all masked up, wearing gloves to protect themselves against this deadly virus. And every other phone call that we get in the pharmacy is a question about this drug. Do you have it? How can I get it? How much is it? Does the insurance cover it? So you all know hydroxychloroquine was developed as a preventive drug for malaria a long time ago. And just recently, in the past 2 decades, it's been used for the treatment of lupus and rheumatoid arthritis. This drug has a long list of side effects and a lot of drug-drug interactions. In other words, it's a relatively scary drug that should be used with a lot of caution. And now, all of a sudden, everyone has to have it without hesitation to stop a new unknown virus with no proof that it's even effective or safe. Every logical professional doctor should not have prescribed it, and every ethical logical pharmacist should have discouraged and stopped the public from getting it, from their access, because it's the right thing to do. That brings us to my story when I got a phone call from a physician who wanted to prescribe this drug for a 70-year-old old man that was waiting in the pharmacy, eagerly waiting to get this medication, no matter what. Very patiently, I listened to the doctor and his made-up instructions for that off-the-wall treatment of COVID infection. And then I calmly told him, in good conscience, I cannot fill this prescription because it's not FDA approved, it is not safe, and I don't feel comfortable doing it. It may cause more harm to the patient, and it's reserved for only people with rheumatoid arthritis and lupus. Unfortunately, it became very obvious that he was offended by my valid arguments against his judgment. So he interrupted me and started yelling and asking me how dare I question him. He is a doctor and I should do what I am asked. The more he yelled, the more I refused to do what I knew was wrong. He also threatened to complain about me to my supervisors and write a letter to the Board of Pharmacy, but I couldn't care less. I knew I was doing the right thing. Even the 70-year-old man who was convinced that this magical drug would save him from the COVID virus threatened to complain about me if I didn't give him his prescription. But I stood my ground. Finally, the doctor gave up and hung up the phone, and the patient left while huffing and puffing, very angry. At that point, you think it would be done, but it wasn't. Some of my coworkers were surprised that I was taking so much heat instead of just letting it go. After all, the doctor and the patient were okay with it. Legally, I would not be liable if any harm came to the patient, but morally, I had to do the right thing and stop the mistake from occurring. Doing the right thing is not always easy or rewarding. The 10 minutes encounter with the doctor and the patient and my coworkers caused me a lot of stress. But in my heart, I did the right thing for the right reasons. And I did it many, many more times for the months to come. After all, I believe standing up for what's right is the right thing to do. And hopefully, you will come to that realization when you are faced with such challenges in your life.